Hey YouTube, welcome back to the channel. So this video is going to be the video that I promised, comparing my data that was taken here at home in my Bortle 6 skies and data taken at my remote site Alpha Scorpii, which is Bortle, anywhere from Bortle 2 to Bortle 4 skies. I think the night we went, we were pretty close to high Bortle 2, right about Bortle 3, I think. So we're going to be comparing the data set that I captured here as opposed to what I captured out at Alpha Scorpii. So I thought before we got right into the data, I would go ahead and show you guys my light pollution map that I have, the most current, at least that I know of. So you can see exactly what I'm dealing with light pollution. All the data that was captured was narrowband, so we had HA, S2, and O3. When I was here at home, I captured one whole night of HA, one whole night of S2, and one whole night of O3. When I was out at Alpha Scorpii, I broke the whole night up into sections and captured about 2 hours of each bandpass. So 2 hours of HA, 2 hours of S2, and 2 hours of O3. So we're going to take a look at that and see if dark skies actually do produce better signal to noise, the SNR, signal to noise ratio, or just look to see. I'm not like that technical. So we're just going to go and see if visually within PixInsight, if we can tell a difference. So let's go ahead and dive right into the computer, and let's go and look at my light pollution map, and then let's go and look at the data in PixInsight. Alright, so we are here on the computer now. So like I said, I thought I would show you guys my light pollution map, show you where I imaged from at home, and show you where I imaged from where Alpha Scorpii is. So let's go into the light pollution map here. So this is, the URL is lightpollutionmap.info. This is the one that I found that seems fairly accurate. So this here is Yuma, right here. And the thing I like about this light pollution map is that if I click anywhere on a spot here, it'll give me, the Bortle class. So from my home, I don't live in Yuma. Well, I do live in Yuma, but I don't live in like the city limits, like proper. I live out towards the foothills, and I live out by the college, which is right around this area here, just about right in this area here, give or take. So if I click right there, that's telling me that my area here is Bortle class 6 in that spot. And one of the things that I have to worry about here in this area is the college here. So this is Arizona Western College, and right in this area right here is where they have their soccer stadium and their baseball practice fields and all that stuff, and they always, almost always, 90% of the time leave those lights on. So those big stadium lights are shining in that area. So if you look, that is to my, if I'm about right here, that is to my northwest. So I've got to deal with that. And then further down this way, this lighted area down here, all along this interstate here, there are some shipping and trucking companies that do like their loading and unloading of produce and stuff like that, all in this area. So that's why this is fairly light. So from my backyard here at this spot right here, we're Bortle class 6, and I would say that's pretty fair. So if we scroll out and we go to the east a bit, we passed Welton, and we passed Roll right about here. Let's see if we can find it. Alright, so this is the road that we take out, and Alpha Scorpii is just about right here where my mouse pointer is pointed. So if I click there and check that, it's telling me that's Bortle Class 2. Now, it might be just barely Bortle Class 2, but again, we have this area here which is all farmland, and there's some big farm companies out there that do a lot of nighttime activities, and they have some big lights that'll just shine straight out. They don't shine down, they shine out. So at times to the west of Alpha Scorpii, it can be pretty bad. And then if you look over here to the northeast, there's Phoenix, and we can actually see the Phoenix, the light dome from Phoenix now. So like I said, here is Alpha Scorpii, just about right there. It says Bortle Class 2, but I'm going to say Bortle Class 3. Alright, so let's go ahead and look at the data in PixInsight, shall we? Alright, so let's open up PixInsight. And I'm going to caveat this data with a couple things here. So let's go ahead and load my project. First of all, I'm not very PixInsight savvy, so I don't know a lot of tricks and tips. And what I will say is I have 3 sets of data. This first set of data right down here, this is my HAS2 and O3 from my home observatory. I captured, I would say, probably about 7 hours each night, and this was what stacked out. So we've got 6 hours and 20 of HA, 6 hours and 40 of S2, and 6 hours and 50 of O3. This data set right here, this is my HA, S2, and O3 from Alpha Scorpii. This was taken all in one night. If I recall correctly, I shot my HA first as the Flaming Star was rising, and then up at zenith I shot my O3 so that it would so I wouldn't have to deal with any type of gradient, or I would get the best O3 data as possible. And then the S2 I shot at the end when I think the Flaming Star was still like 60 degrees above the horizon, so I didn't have any light pollution to deal with that. This third data set here, I thought that I would also just go and take, so with the Alpha Scorpii data, I captured 2 hours and 10 minutes of each filter. So I took 2 hours and 10 minutes of my HA, my S2, and my O3 from my home data and just stacked that, because I wanted to see if there's a difference between that as well. So let's go ahead and let's first look at the HA data that I captured from the whole total HA data that I captured from home. So this is just stacked and auto stretched in PixInsight. I didn't do any. There's no, I haven't done anything with curves, nothing like that. This is just straight, flat, 100% stacked, and then stretched, auto stretched in PixInsight. So let's go ahead and take a look at the 1 hour and 50 minutes HA data from Alpha Scorpii. So here's the data from Alpha Scorpii. It looks very, very similar when you look at the image as a whole. But if we scroll in a bit to some sections here, and let's just look at the tadpoles real quick. Let's right out there. Let's look at the tadpoles, and then let's bring that over and look at this. So the first thing that I noticed, the data looks really similar. Noise looks about the same, but what I've noticed is, at least for me, from what I can tell, is, and actually this HA looks a lot better, the stuff from home. I've got a lot of better defined dark areas here, and it looks like I might have been a little out of focus here when I was out in the desert. So I don't know. This HA looks better. The home HA looks better than the HA captured out at Alpha Scorpii. But let's just look at some other areas here, like the Flaming Star, and let's see if we can see any difference in like noise or anything like that. So if we look here and go over here, I don't know. It looks about the same to me. So, but keep in mind, this is 6 hours and 20 minutes of HA, right? So this is 6 hours and 20 minutes of HA from my home. So, I mean, it yields the same as a 1 hour and 50 minute stack in the desert. Let's look at it as a whole again. So yeah, I mean, the HA, the 6 hour and 20 minutes of HA looks pretty good. I mean, it compares with the 1 hour and 50 of the desert image. Okay, but let's look at the 1 hour and 50 and compare that with the 1 hour and 50 that I took out in the desert. So let's go back to the tadpoles here. So if we look at the tadpoles right there, and then we go to, and then we go and pull this over. So now I actually do see a difference. I don't know if YouTube is gonna get this or not, if the capture is, but I can see a lot more noise in the dark here than it looks better in the from Alpha Scorpii. Let's get a little closer here. It looks noisier. The data from Alpha Scorpii looks a little cleaner. Let's look at some other areas here. Let's go to the Flaming Star. And I apologize, guys, this is going to be a pretty dry video. So, I mean, just hang in there, and if this is what you know, if this is your cup of tea and this is what you want to see, then, you know, more power to you. I appreciate you guys watching this, but this is just kind of my little experiment, I guess, and I just wanted to show you guys what I found. So if I'm looking at this here, it looks like I have more noise on the 1 hour and 50 stack from home than I do with the 1 hour and 50 stack from Alpha Scorpii out in the desert. I mean, we're gonna pixel peep here, guys. Yeah, I definitely have more noise. If this comes through, you can see there's just noise there, and here it's a lot cleaner. So yeah, and then let's go look at some other areas of just like nebulosity, and let's just see what if the Alpha Scorpii image was able to bring any other data out. So you can see down here, you can see there's some dark and light patches, whereas here it just looks kind of fuzzy, I guess. I don't know. Stars look pretty good. I mean, I've got the 2 stars there, I've got the 2 stars here, so everything looks pretty good. But like if we come in this close, let's look. I can see that my 1 hour and 50 from home is a lot more noisy than the 1 hour and 50 from Alpha Scorpii. So I mean, if you can get 6 hours of data on a target from home, from your place, I mean, I would say, yeah, that's what you need to do. But as far as a comparison of the HA data, the 1 hour and 50 from the remote site held up pretty well, I would say. So I don't know. I don't know, you guys. You guys tell me what you think. Okay, so let's look at the sulfur data. So this is going to be the 6 hours and 40 minutes of sulfur data from my house. As you can just see it right now, I've got some kind of a weird gradient going on here, and this is just like I said, stacked and auto stretched. That's it. I didn't do any kind of curving or nothing to bring anything out. So this is just straight from the stack. I could see, it looks like I've got a gradient, but let's take the S2 from Alpha Scorpii and let's take a look at that. Alright, so this looks a lot more uniform. I don't see a gradient here at all, really. Let's look at the Flaming Star. So here's the Flaming Star. And remember, this is 6 hours and 40 minutes. Right here is 6 hours and 40 minutes. And right here is 1 hour and 50 minutes. So this 6 hour and 40 minutes, the first thing that I noticed on this data is that my 6 hour and 40 minutes looks like it's a little blurry, a little fuzzy. And 1 hour and 50 looks a lot cleaner. My stars look a lot better. And I think that might be for the fact that the 1 hour and 50 minutes of stack is, I don't know what, 6, 12, 11. It's 11 subs, where this is a whole lot more. This is like 30 or 40 subs, right? So I think as it stacks, there's going to be some wiggle when it stacks. So I don't, and the S2 data here in the 1 hour and 50 minute stack from the desert looks a lot cleaner to me. The noise looks about the same, I would say, but this is a 6 hour and 40 minute image. So let's see, let's go to the tadpoles, and let's just take a look at the tadpoles real quick. So here you can definitely see, I mean, I'm hoping that it's coming through on the video, but this is very fuzzy. The tadpoles are very, very fuzzy. And right here, they're a lot sharper. The stars look a lot better. This looks like I was almost out of focus. Yeah, which it may be. I mean, I ran it I didn't have an autofocuser, and I ran it all night, and I only checked the focus once. So that could very well be. Okay. Now let's look at the 1 hour and 50 minute from home of sulfur. So this is the 1 hour and 50 from home of sulfur. I can see it looks like I've got a lot more sulfur kind of popping through here. I can see up in this area here. What do we got here? Right here. This is a little more pronounced. Here it's just kind of hidden. My sulfur data here in the Flaming Star, as opposed to the sulfur data here, is just so much more pronounced. I mean, you can just see. I mean, we've got highs, we've got lows, so this sulfur data looks a lot better. So the 1 hour and 50 minutes from home looks pretty noisy. I mean, I can see a lot of noise there, and the sulfur data from Alpha Scorpii looks a lot cleaner. So I don't know. I mean, you can still do it. I mean, and it will probably come out just fine. But yeah, that's what we got on sulfur. All right. Well, let's look at the oxygen. All right. So oxygen, right here, oxygen. This is my oxygen data from home, 6 hours and 50 minutes. You can see I've got some weird gradient going on here. Looks really bad. Let's look at the oxygen from Alpha Scorpii. That is just so much cleaner. And like I said, this oxygen I took at zenith, so I was like, for 2 hours, I mean, I was probably like within 85 to 85 of the, actually, I think I took 1 frame of oxygen, and then I had to do the other 7 or whatever, 8 frames. So it was pretty much at zenith. But let's look at tadpoles here. So this is 6 hours and 50 minutes, and it's very blurry, very fuzzy. Yeah, I don't know if you can see that with the stars. And we're pixel peeping to death, man. We're just overanalyzing this way a lot. And if you look here, at, gosh darn it, sorry, get out of there. If you look here, the stars are sharp. I mean, these are very, very nice and tight stars. At least for me, they are. The black stuff in here, the dark areas are very much pronounced. I even see some little like fissures, I guess. I can see them here where here I really can't. They don't really come out that well. All this is very gray here, and right here it's very, very pronounced, very nice. So this is the 6 hour and 50 minute data versus the 1 hour and 50 from the remote sky. Another thing, if you look at, is just look at how many stars there are. I mean, I've got, in this image here, it looks like I've got more stars. I don't know. Does it? Is it? I really can't tell. It looks like it. But, so let's look at the Flaming Star, which doesn't have a whole lot of oxygen in it. But we're going to see what we got here. So, this is the 6 hour and 50. Yeah, it's there. It looks about the same. Noise-wise, I would say... Actually, I would say that the 6 hours and 50 looks a little noisier than the 150 from the desert. So, I don't know. It's kind of hard to say, kind of hard to decipher. But, okay, well, let's look at the 1 hour and 50 minute of data from home. So this is the 1 hour and 50, so I don't have that huge, nasty gray. Oh wait, no, that was the wrong image. Okay, so here's the oxygen. I still see a gradient here, kind of coming up right here. Pretty bad. Well, it's not really that bad, but it is. And here is the tadpole area in the 1 hour and 50 minute. Okay, hold on. So if we look at the 1 hour and 50 minute data from home, again, it's blurry, so my focus probably wasn't right on. But if you look at this dark area here, the dark area is not as pronounced as the dark area is here in the desert data. The desert data looks a lot better. I mean, there's more contrast between the nebulosities and the dark areas. You can just see the brightness difference. So if we look at the oxygen here at the Flaming Star, here's our oxygen in the Flaming Star. You can see that you barely have any here from home with the 1 hour and 50 minute data. And here you can see a little bit of it. It looks like it is trying to come out. Noise, again, the noise is predominantly more present in the 1 hour and 50 minute data that I stacked here at home. So, do dark skies matter? Well, yeah, they do. You can get away with, if you can get to a dark site, I would almost recommend imaging one whole target at night and splitting it up between all of your filters, if you can do that. But like I said, at home, when I image at home, I image like one filter all night, just to get it all done in one step. So yeah, do dark skies matter? Yes, absolutely they do. But you know, you can definitely get away with. Oh geez, I got rid of my stuff. You can definitely get away with imaging from your home. You just need more time to get that image to not be as noisy, to kind of help and increase that signal to noise ratio. So yeah, I guess that's the video. That's the comparison. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I tried to keep it as quick as possible, but you know me, my videos, I like to ramble and I talk a lot. So, but anyways, I will, I guess, show the image again at the end. Actually, I have an image that I processed of my Alpha Scorpii. Well, here, I'll tell you what. Let's just do this instead. Alright, let's go into Photoshop, because I still process in Photoshop. We'll wait for this to pop up. It might take a little while, so we may just come back up here in a minute here. So, I don't care about Thanksgiving and the sale. Open, open, open. Okay, so let's do the SHO. And there. So these two images, this is a stack of the 19 hours and a stack of the 5 hours. The 5.5 hours from Alpha Scorpii, and the 19 hours and 50 minutes, I think, from from home. This is just the data, all the channels combined, and then I ran a star reduction. Not star reduction. I ran star exterminator. And that's all that I've done to these images. There's nothing else that was done to these images. Hadn't changed any colors, hadn't done any kind of curves or nothing like that. So let's look at these and let's see what they look like. And we'll come back when this is done. Okay, so we are back. Everything finally loaded. Took a while. So this is alright, so this is the day. Let's remove the stars. Stars are gone. So this is the 19 hours and 50 minutes of data just combined. I combined the HS and O channels, put it into Photoshop, and that's what I got right there. So that's that data, and this is the 5 hour and 30 minutes of data. Just combined. That was it. No curves, no nothing. Really done with this. The first thing that I'm noticing here is that my camera rotated just a little bit between sessions. It wasn't too bad, but this image is considerably darker than this image, and I think that has to do with, because of the data I captured out at Alpha Scorpii, I was able to stretch that data, the channel data, a lot more individually than I was with the data from home. Look in this area here and you can see a whole lot of extra, you can just see all this like nebulosity and stuff. If you look in here, I'm not getting that same. It just looks like it's a lot more. Let's see. It's green. It's green. So yeah, I've got more nebulosity here that came out, and I think it has to do with the contrast. So yeah, those were the two images. That was the 19 hour and 50 minute image, which is still very usable and editable. And then this was the 5 hour and 30 minute image, which it looks like I got a lot more oxygen here than I did here. So the oxygen here is basically just in this area, and this oxygen kind of comes out to here. So that's what we have. That's what we've got for the video. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. I know it was very dry and very boring, but this was kind of my little test. So I think maybe going on, I might consider just capturing one target all night out at Alpha Scorpii once I get my autofocuser and all that stuff in place, and then I'll be like Isaac and I can just get in the back of the Forerunner and take a nap. So, well, thank you guys for watching. Appreciate everybody out there again, and also I just wanted to say happy Thanksgiving to everybody, and I hope that everybody is getting clear skies, and I hope that everybody is imaging. So with that, I'll just wish you guys all bye-bye. Bye-bye.